Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we discuss about stimulated absorption, spontaneous emission and stimulated emission. At first, what is stimulated absorption? In order to understand that, let us consider an atom in the lower energy level E1 and E2 is the excited level where the atom can go. Let us consider a photon of energy level E is equals to h nu, which is equal to E2 minus E1 incident on this atom. So this photon is having the energy which is equal to the energy difference between the two energy levels. These atoms can absorb this photon and go to the higher or excited energy level. So when the atom absorbs the incoming photon, it make the transition to the high energy level. This show in here with the small emission photon is absorbed by the atom, and atom makes transition to the higher energy level. Once the photon is absorbed, it is lost. This absorption will be the first step in any laser system. This is known as stimulated absorption. Now let's see spontaneous emission. Let us consider an atom in an excited state. This atom absorbs some energy, and that's why it jumps from ground state to excited state. This atom in an excited state is unstable and therefore will not remain here for long. It will remain in the excited state only for a short duration, of the order of 10 raised to the power minus 8 seconds, and this is called as its lifetime of the excited state. Once this lifetime gets over, it will automatically fall down to the ground state level to get that stability. When the atom falls from energy level E2 to energy level E1, it will emit the extra energy in the form of photon of energy h nu, which is equal to the energy difference between the two energy levels. This phenomenon is called as spontaneous emission of radiation. That spontaneous emission, there is a atom is excited state, remains there and only short duration, which is 10 minus 8 seconds, and then it falls automatically to the ground state level, emitting the energy in the form of photon energy emitting E2 minus E1, which is difference between the two energy level. This spontaneous emission cannot be used for light amplification, so it is known as spontaneous emission. And last one is stimulated emission. Let us consider an atom in the excited level. This atom absorbs the photon of energy E2 minus E1 and come from E1 to E2. If a photon can stimulate an atom to move from ground state to excited state or higher state, it should be able to stimulate the atom to move from excited state E2 to ground state E1 as well. This atom is excited state is not stable, and therefore to get stability it will always try to come back to ground state, and it will remain in excited level only for short duration, which is called as lifetime of that atom in the excited level, which we have seen in the order of 10 to the power minus 8 seconds. Once the lifetime get over, the atom will automatically fall down to E1 and will give rise to the spontaneous emission. To get simulated emission of radiation, a photon of energy h nu, which is equal to E2 minus E1. Again, the difference between E2 and E1 is incident on this atom. This photon will stimulate the atom to fall down from excited state to ground energy state, and as the atom is falling down from excited state to ground state, it will emit the photon of energy h nu is equals to E2 minus E1. And where this incident photons is go, it will not go anywhere because it is not absorbed here. It just stimulated the atom to fall down, and it will continue to move ahead. The incident photon will also be there, and one new photon will be given out as the atom is falling from excited state to ground. So this phenomenon is called as stimulated emission. In a stimulated emission, the emitted photon propagate in the same direction as that of stimulating photon. The emitted photon have the same frequency, and therefore the light produced in monochromatic. The original photon remain intact, and one new photon of energy E2 minus E1 is given out, which moves in the same direction as the original photon. One incident photon reserved into photon side the output, so this stimulated emission can be utilized for amplification. It is known as stimulated emission. Thank you.